Welcome back to the Iconic Podcast. I have my editor-in-chief hat on today, and I probably might be swinging between Jen, the Becoming Iconic business mentor for you, and the editor-in-chief, and really what it means to have visibility that converts, what it means to have visibility that really moves the needle for you. And I believe most people right now, it's like the hot topic is visibility, visibility, visibility. How do I become more visible? And I first want to celebrate that. Yay for you, because most women have wanted to hide, dim down, have been afraid of being seen. And when I hear women asking me all the time, how can I generate visibility? I get so excited because it means we're ready to pick up our mic, take the spotlight, and share our voices out into the world. So, you even thinking about visibility is something to really celebrate. And I mean that because there was a time where we didn't even seek that out. But not all visibility is created equally. And so, this is where I really want to teach you today on this podcast around how to build yourself and prepare yourself for great visibility, and also how to leverage visibility, because it's not a moment. I think a lot of people think if I'm on a podcast, this is going to change my life, or if I'm in the Iconic magazine, this is going to change my life. And dare I say, it probably will on my platforms, but it will because I will prepare you. We will do a great job with you. And I'm also going to leave you with a plan so that you know how to squeeze out every last drop of the opportunity. But visibility right now, I think, has a misconception where we're just really looking for more people to see us, assuming that means conversion, assuming that means more income, and not necessarily. Visibility with nothing to land on means nothing. Have you ever heard of those people that go viral? They have those viral moments online and they have all these new followers, but yet make no money. I remember interviewing somebody, maybe it was last year, the year before, who went viral on social media. And when we met away from that, she was making $200 a month. I remember being shocked. So the visibility means nothing if there's nowhere for people to land, go, or move through. There's no client experience. So I want to really spend some time on that so that you can take this podcast to use to your advantage to prepare yourself for visibility. Then I want to explain to you what really good rooted visibility looks like and feels like, and then also what to do afterwards. So how to prepare for visibility? Well, do you have a platform? Do you have a brand? Is there a lead magnet or a nurturing sequence, something that when people come over, let's call it Instagram for the sake of the conversation. Somebody comes and finds you on Instagram. Where are you moving them? Do you have a podcast? Do you have a newsletter? Do you have a funnel? What's built that those new people who are being exposed to you start to get a taste and a flavor of what you have to offer? What is in it for them? That's so important. I think a lot of people just think that posting on social and doing it either more often or doing it in a unique, special, aesthetic way is what's going to create visibility. But again, when they come over to Instagram, where are you leading them? When I lost my social media in 2022, it was just so obvious that, oh my gosh, I had been building this business insurance by having an email marketing campaign and having nurturing sequences and having places to move people, the podcast, so that they weren't just staying stagnant on Instagram. That's not going to move the needle. It's taking that new visibility, that new heartbeat that's come into your world and helping them deepen the experience right out of the gates. So what do you have for someone that is new coming to acquire, or maybe they were interested or something caught their attention? How are you now building upon that attention and having them feel the experience of what you are, what you do, and how you can help them? So that's the very first thing. I mean, this is preliminary in any personal brand. It's got to be paid attention to. It's foundational. If we don't have this, that's the very first thing I would do. I would pause this podcast and say to yourself, is it a podcast? Is it a newsletter? Is it a funnel? What can I do to initiate and invite people to go deeper as soon as they're exposed to me? You're also now gaining emails and building your business simultaneously. So that's the very first thing. The second thing is the actual client experience. Do you have offers, or do you have your products, those hero offers really carved out in a way that makes sense? They're so tasty and magnetic and attractive that when people come and they are exposed to you, and maybe they come listen to your podcast or they, download your email, that they're now leaning in further. They're like, whoa, I'm really intrigued. This feels different. This feels like a home for me. This feels like a space I've been looking for. Where are they moving? How are you moving them through your journey, the client experience? You've got to have these pieces fit together so that they know where to navigate. So I love having a entry point, that hero signature offer, and that top tier, that VIP beautiful experience that you offer at the minimum. You can have more, but at least those three, and really honing those in will be a such benefit to visibility, because then you start to build reputation. Then people understand, oh, becoming iconic. Okay, so they have an amazing iconic capsule that comes out every single Saturday and it's full of goodies. So I'm going to go in there and, oh, wait, you know what? I just kind of want to hang out with Jen and I want to know a little bit about who she is. So the Iconic World membership, I'm going to join that. It's only $88 a month. That's a no-brainer. And I get a magazine. Okay, I'm going to go enter there. Maybe they're looking for more business advice and they go, oh, our signature product is B Lounge. That's where I get live calls with her. And I have this library of all of this curriculum and skill building modules and education. And oh my, that's what I want. Or, hey, I've heard about her private coaching. I've heard how experiential it is. I'm really looking to invest. I'm really looking for that type of intimacy. I'm going there. But it's so obvious when you come into becoming iconic. I've built that reputation by giving all of those things time to build their own reputations. I market it over and over and over again. Why? Because I believe in it. It works. And I know I have something for everybody, no matter where you are on your journey. So are you building that within your own personal brand before asking for visibility? Because again, when the people come, they have to have a place to go. If you're not converting right now, I would suggest it's probably that offer suite, those products, those services are not clearly defined, maybe in your eyes or maybe to your audience. Or B, you don't have an ecosystem. It's just all sporadic, spaghetti against the wall, and really kind of taking your chances and kind of hoping people will find their own way. It's not up to them. You are the host. You are the CEO. You are the founder. Develop that client experience. So before any type of visibility ask, I would say that is absolutely imperative, because when you have that and then you add in visibility, it's like the sweet spot. It's like where magic starts to happen. People are inspired. People are excited to know you. Your name starts to be spoken through in different rooms. Someone just recently said to me, they're like, do you know that your name out there in the world is called Iconic Jen? Like everybody says, do you know Iconic Jen? And I'm so flattered. And I find it quite endearing, because that tells me that I've built a brand that is now known as iconic. The brand name is recognized, and I, as the leader, am paired with that. Like it's the perfect mesh. It's the perfect blend. And so I get really excited, because that's a clue and cue to me that something is going right. We're building something that people are understanding, recognizing, and talking about. Iconic Jen. I think we have to change my name. I kind of like it. So I'll lean into that. But those are things you want to start building, not perfectly. I don't want you to feel like you have to have everything perfect to get started with visibility, but I do want to hold you accountable to the responsibility of having something that people can land on, having a room that's available and open for them to kind of navigate and move into, so that you are really benefiting from all of the investments you're making. Now let's move to visibility. Not all visibility is created equal, and a lot of visibility now is pay to play. And we can stomp our feet and be all upset about that, but I don't understand what the big fuss is. I think this is such an incredible investment. It is a lifetime investment. The ROI is guaranteed. So for me, when I think about investing in visibility, if I think about the Iconic magazine, for example, if I were considering that to invest in the Iconic magazine, it would be a no-brainer to me. Why? I have something in print. I have something digital. I have audio. I have video. I have all of these assets that are now out there in the world that work forever and ever. Print never goes away. You have that magazine open to your page on your coffee table. You're taking it to show current clients or future clients. You're taking it to pitch yourself. I mean, showing yourself in a magazine, Do you understand the authority that that builds automatically? Then you have the digital piece where SEO is now working in your benefit. So if people are searching for nervous system and you do an article on nervous system, guess what? You now have people searching and finding you immediately. And again, with that authority of, oh gosh, she was in a publication, you immediately build your expertise. You immediately become more of an expert in someone's eyes. It builds trust, and it really does help people think, oh wow, that's my person. That's who I want to be partnered with. Look at what she's doing. So the legitimacy of your message, who you are and what you do, really does like sort of be amplified through something like that. So don't be afraid to invest. Then I think of podcast. Okay, so you've got a podcast that lives forever and ever. Same thing. You've now got an audio that you can send to people. You now have an audio that you can send to future collaborators. You have an audio you can send to potential clients. You also have SEO. So that podcast is popping up when people are doing research. And again, if you do, again, nervous system is coming up for me, nervous system work, and we've named it nervous system, guess what populates? I just had this happen with one of my clients in the mastermind. I was looking at her trademark name that she wants to trademark. And when I put it in, guess what came up? A podcast that she was on where they called it that name, and she came right up at top of the Google search. I said to her, this is a prime example of the leverage of visibility when it's done right. And lastly, video. I did this on purpose. I wanted the YouTube channel and video, again, something that you have, an asset that you have to send to people, to add to your deck, to show if you want to do public speaking. I mean, the ways you can use this and really wring out every last drop of this is endless. So when I built the media company and I built the magazine, I knew I wanted to be very different. I knew I wanted the experience to be of excellence. And I also knew I wanted it to be so meaningful to the people that came in, that it wasn't this thing that a lot of us have been, sort of used to, where you spend your money, you invest, they take the money, all of a sudden you're just a transaction, a publication comes out, they're like, here you go, and there's nothing to it. That feels really flat to me. That feels like a transaction to me. And I definitely didn't want that as an experience when you come into my world. Like, that was a hard no for me. So I thought, how do we do the complete opposite? How do we give so much that someone's like just their jaws on the floor? They can't imagine they have all of these things and all of the ways to use it, that this one investment pays forward for years and years and years. And that's how I built it. Because I can stand behind it. Because I know when you invest in the Iconic magazine, this is going to be one of the best investments you've ever made in visibility, especially if you prepared your business for it first. We also just recently in 2026 started something new, which I'm very excited about. We realized a lot of women who were coming into the magazine were really stepping into their message and their voice, but the pictures, their visual aesthetic wasn't necessarily calibrating. It was almost like there was this past version of her. She was using old photos while stepping into this new version of her. And there was this disconnect for me. And I'm a very visual person, and I could see it. I was like, this isn't it. This isn't it. She's kind of doing things. She's half in, half out. And I know when it's print and you're going to have it forever and ever, you're going to want to have pictures that literally you're like, I cannot believe this is me. I'm so proud of these pictures. I want to put this picture on the wall. I wanted that feeling. I wanted her to have it open on her coffee table so that everybody could see it. I wanted her to feel so proud and excited to share, because the promotion, which I'll get to on the other side, really, really matters, that I thought, I'll do it. Like, one of my favorite things in the world is to style a woman, to watch her come alive in front of the camera, and for her to be fully expressed. It is like, I could do it every day for the rest of my life and never get tired of it. There's something really magical about a woman walking into a photo shoot with us and a full production and leaving a totally different version, because she witnessed herself, she saw herself through a different lens, and like, there's no going back. She's changed. She's shifted towards this woman that has been calling her. So when we do these full production days, you have styling, and you have an art director, and you have a photographer, and you have new assets, new photos that are special for this occasion. You have a properly recorded podcast, a video done professionally, a B-roll that you can use in your business, like all of these things that we build around you to make this opportunity the most amazing thing you have ever done yet in your business and career. Like that's our goal. When our team comes together to do these production days, it's like with so much enthusiasm and so much joy for what we know we're going to see when she sits down in that makeup chair. Her skin's bare and she's a little nervous. She's not feeling totally confident. She's feeling a little vulnerable. And then the woman who leaves, who's like, this was the best. Oh my gosh. And they're going on their stories and sharing. It's like that. That is what makes visibility chef's kiss, because you're proud of it, because you felt seen, you felt held, you felt witnessed, you felt stretched, and you were given an opportunity to step into that becoming. So we do that as a part of the visibility opportunity with the magazine because I want you to have that experience. Above the visibility, I really desire for you to step into that woman so that you really spark this publication, this podcast, in a totally different posture. I mean, you expect more. You kind of have a bit more of a swagger. And that will attract. When you now say I'm in a magazine, when you now say here's my offer or here's my product, and you have that posture and you've witnessed yourself with fresh eyes, people are like, oh, give me more. What is she? I want more of what she's got. Like they're salivating, they're wiping their chin because you are embodied, you are in confidence, you understand your power and you've stepped into it. And that's what's going to convert. That's what's going to draw people in. That's what's going to make visibility meaningful. So don't be afraid to invest, but invest in the right people, invest in the right rooms, invest in the right publications, and make sure you do your research. Because again, I'm not putting anything else down. There's room for everybody. And I guess maybe even some of these things are great warm-ups. Maybe some of these other opportunities are to show you what you don't want. But when you come into the caliber of media company that I host, when you come into the room of the team that I have scoured the world for and formed for you, the best of the best, and you get that, that's yours to leverage, to seize, to be a part of. There's literally nothing, no amount of money. It's priceless. It's priceless. This investment will pay forward forever. I mean, in 20 years from now, someone could type in your business or looking for what your business does, and pshoop, up pops this article. Pshoop, up pops this podcast. So it's so important that you invest in visibility. Don't be afraid of it. Again, I mean, what is there to be afraid of when you know it's a guaranteed ROI forever, ever? So that's the experience we give, and I'm so proud of it. And our covers, I just want to kind of give a little moment for the magazine. Our covers coming up are some of the biggest names in the online space and offline. And not only the opportunity with the Iconic magazine, but to then pierce their networks, to have exposure to the networks that they have built that are so big and so beautiful and so loyal. So you have this publication, you have the Iconic name, but you also have the experience of the covers. It's something that I really pride myself in. We have a huge standard for the covers. We are so enamored with our covers. I can't wait to share more with you, but I want you just to really see the full experience of this and to not just go one day, someday, I will, and instead go, this is my year. I am taking up the space. I am amplifying my voice. I'm ready to be seen. And I trust in Jen and her team. I trust in Iconic Magazine to produce this for me. So I have something that I am just so proud of. But there is another side. There really is. And this is the part I see done poorly most times, and something that I just want to share with you because it is something we do within our experience. But if you're in other magazines or on other podcasts, I really think there's a missed opportunity with the promotion and marketing afterwards. I think a lot of people do the bare minimum. It's like, hey, I was on a podcast, and they reshare and then they're on to the next thing. Instead of getting on your stories or talking to your network through your email, sharing with them what was that conversation or what was it about that conversation that really you were proud of or you hadn't said before and you really want them to hear, like build the excitement, build the intrigue, build the marketing so people actually go and listen. If it were as simple as just putting the graphic up and being like, hey, I was on Iconic Podcast, or hey, I was in Iconic Magazine, if it were that simple, we would all have crazy visibility. That's like, to me, amateur. That's basic. That's not going to get you anywhere. It's like, how can you build a plan around this? So, even with our contributors, we actually build out a marketing plan where you are sprinkled and peppered through the promotion of the full quarter. So, I'm preventing you from having just one moment. I'm actually kind of building and enforcing with you to let this be something that lives and you come back to over and over and over again. So I kind of lead that with you because marketing is one of my favorite things. And I understand the art of promotion. I understand really seizing opportunities. So I pace it with you, but also you get to do this for yourself. You get to really stand up and own this moment. And again, if we're just as simple as being like, here's the link, go read the magazine, and everybody went and read it, it would be naive, okay, to think that. Instead, it's like, what's your experience? Tell them why. What did you share in that article? What did you say that you've never said before? What did you experience? What are you proud of? What made you go, ooh, like give them something that entices them to move forward. Share this over and over and over again in your email, on your socials, on your own podcast. Make sure that you're bringing it back to life every month or so. Like there's nothing wrong with bringing back, hey, here's a couple of podcasts I was on in the last couple of months. I wanted to bring them back. So if you're interested, here's where I would recommend you start, and telling them why each episode share something a little different so they can discern which one they want to listen to, or bring that article and create a funnel out of it. Read my article, publish in a magazine. When you download this, I'll give you XYZ, or like build something around this. Put it on your website. Share the mark of Iconic Magazine. Share that you were published. Share that you were on podcasts. Link it everywhere. Have it your link in bio. I mean, make it so obvious that this really does be one of those things that changes everything for you. That this is one of those moments that really ripples for a lifetime. But it's not up to the magazine to do that by itself. It's up to you to really own this experience and say, this is something I've invested in. I'm proud of it, and I'm going to let the world know. Because if you're going to take up the spotlight, girl, take up the spotlight, main stage it. Because if you're not sharing, who's going to? It's not up to your community, it's up to you. Bring it back to life. Keep reminding people, share with them why it's important for them to listen or read, and really make sure you are leveraging your visibility. Don't be like that circular door where it's next, 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 expecting a viral moment. Instead, let these moments be rich and deep and meaningful. Let them be something that really changes the course of your brand, that builds that authority and expertise, that amplifies your voice and shows you as the woman you are becoming.